Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to another Wilders video. Today I'm going to be going through the new patch notes for patch 6.1F. These are the last patch notes for 6.1. After that we got 6.2. I heard that there is a lot of changes, so let's go through it. What can I say? I don't really care much about AAA RAM or whatever it is. It's a fun mode and whatever, you know, I will give it a try, but I'm not gonna read through it. I'm sorry. For the people that do care, you could just, make a screenshot, read through it. I'm gonna go to the champion changes. So, like always, I'm gonna guess what happens to the champions before I actually see them. So it says, this patch we wanted to make a few adjustments before heading into 6.2. First, we're taking a look at Kalista. Kalista is terrible, by the way. She absolutely needs a buff. We know she's been untouchable in the late games. Untouchable! We're reducing her attack speed to dash distance, conversion rate or passive, so she's not going to be able to dash as far. What? Okay, I guess she's getting nerfed. I'm always wrong or something. What is this? We have also been keeping a close eye on Zilean, and I've noticed this time Master's low cooldowns have made him harder to counter. We've made some tweaks, and last but not least, we've made an array of adjustments to a few champions who felt were underperforming and could use a little boost. Okay, so Kalista nerf, right? Right? Sorry, buff. Not nerf. Buff. Like, she needs to get buffed. Her base attack damage goes up. Yeah, right. 4 extra damage. There we go. Attack damage per level is gonna go up by 1 per level 2, which means at maximum level, she's gonna have 14 extra AD. And with this, it's gonna be 18 extra. And also extra health. That's what I was thinking. Like, she needs to get buffed. She's terrible. 8 extra health per level, which is also really good. Martial Poise. The dash distance gained from attack speed is reduced by 33%, so she's not going to be able to dash as far anymore. This is actually a pretty big nerf, but it seems like they're balancing it out elsewhere. So Pierce, that's her first ability. It does 10 extra base damage and 5% extra scaling damage. Okay, just a nice little damage buff. Her third ability. Damage per spear stack. This is the most important damaging ability she has, by the way. If they ever want to buff her, this is where they buff her. And exactly, that's what they're doing. Oh my god. They're buffing the base damage, but they're nerfing the scaling damage by 1%. So this is actually good, because like late game, Kalista is actually obnoxious. It's really just her early mid game that's weak. So buffing her early mid game, which this actually buffs a lot. 4 extra damage early on, 6, and then 8, and then it just gets more and more and more. Wow, massive buff. This is actually a massive buff for Kalista. Fate's Call, her ultimate is gonna get a 10-second cooldown reduction early game. They're actually perfectly targeting her because she's too weak early mid game, but she actually becomes okay late game if you ever get to the late game. So I think this is actually gonna make her balanced. I think we're gonna see a lot more Kalista. This is good, like especially the change to Rand. This is gonna make her balanced. Camille, what's gonna happen to Camille? To me, she's okay, but for some reason, I think they're gonna buff her. I was right. 4 extra base attack damage. Her second ability, HP healed when the outer half hits is 50% of the damage dealt to enemy champions. Is now 80% of the damage dealt. So she's gonna heal a lot more. You're gonna be able to trade a lot more effectively with that second ability. And she does 15% more damage to jungle camps with a tactical sweep, which means jungle Camille is gonna be back in business. She's already okay, but now she actually has she's gonna have a lot faster jungle clear. Okay, nice. I love playing Camille, so for me this is great. By the way guys, remember there's a skin giveaway. Put down a comment under this video. I said that I would pick the winners this video, but I'm actually too lazy, so I'll do it next video. Just put down a comment under this video to enter the skin giveaway. Also give it a like. Really supports the channel a lot with the YouTube algorithm and all of that. So Viego, I think I don't really know how to guess Viego. I feel like he's okay. I'm just gonna do 50-50. He's gonna get buffed. I really have no idea because I feel like he's balanced. Sovereign's Domination. Health healed when assuming enemy champions form 5% of the maximum health. So when you pick up the soul, you get 5% of the target's maximum health. Now it goes to 7%. So picking up souls is going to become better now. Heartbreaker, which is his ultimate. Okay, he did get buffed. Just ever so slightly got buffed. Which is okay. Like in my eyes, he's already balanced. So a little bit of a buff is okay. Kayn, I can tell you the obvious change that's going to happen to Kayn. Blue Kayn is going to get buffed. That is very, very obvious. Additional damage caused by Shadow Assassin, which is blue. 44 up to 58 is now 48 up to 62. So the passive of the blue Kayn, when you engage on an enemy, it's now gonna do 4% extra damage, which can snowball into a lot of extra damage. So that's a pretty good change. And then this one also does 15 extra base damage, which is great too. I don't think this is quite enough. However, this is actually, no, you know what? This is actually good. Like the moment you engage in a fight and after your ult, when you play blue Kayn, you're gonna get this passive, right? So then you're gonna be able to utilize this bonus damage, which is okay. Like this is an okay-ish buff. I think Kassadin is gonna get nerfed. He feels a bit strong. Wait a minute. Rift Walk is his ultimate. The cooldown is being reduced by 1 second. I mean, of course he runs out of mana. Like, don't get me wrong, this is not as huge of a buff as it may seem. But this will allow him, if he has full mana, to dash around left and right. Left and right. Wow. Why was this necessary? Please. Okay, whatever. Twisted Fate, I think he's gonna get buffed. He feels a little bit lackluster. His ultimate cooldown gets, yeah, it gets buffed. It's a little bit less early game, so you can gank a bit better. Senna, I think she's gonna get nerfed. She feels too strong. Piercing Darkness. What's that? Is that her first ability? I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's her first ability. It does more damage? Wow. Yeah, that's her first ability. And her ult does more damage as well. She got buffed. Senna got buffed, especially when you go for high damage Senna. That's ridiculous. And the later you get into the game, the bigger this buff becomes. The more stacks you get, the more AD you get, the more this scaling is going to be buffed, right? Aatrox, I feel like he's going to get nerfed. He feels a little bit too strong. Bonus damage dealt in basic attacks. 5 to 15% maximum health, that's his passive, to 4 to 13%. So it's a pretty nice nerf. The Darkened Blade, which is his first ability, it does less damage. Oh, a lot less early game. Look, from 15 to 10, that's a lot less. But then the bonus damage on the sweet spot gets buffed. In the late game, he's gonna do more damage with this. Because early game, the buff is huge. The nerf is huge from 15 to 10. But late game, it only goes from 105 to 100. But then if you hit the sweet spot, you're gonna get 10% extra AD scaling, which means you're gonna do a whole lot more damage later on in the game. Swain was getting reworked. I saw that in the patch preview video, but I don't think he's getting reworked now. I think right now he's gonna get slightly nerfed, but let's see. Death's Hand, which is his first ability, I think. Bonus damage, 42% ability power, 32%. This kills AP Swain. Okay. Well, we're not gonna see much AP Swain anymore. If that's his first ability, I think it is. It pretty much kills AP Swain. Like, it's still playable, but yeah, this kills it. Because the whole point of AP Swain was, you know, all the abilities great, but the main point was the first ability doing ridiculous amounts of burst damage, allowing you to one-shot enemies and all of that. Yeah, this kills him. Amumu is probably gonna get a nerf. His tankiness is probably gonna get nerfed. So I'm gonna expect exactly his third ability to get a nerf. Let's see if I was right. Base health goes from 720 to 690. Okay. Oh my god, I was right. I think that's this third ability. So he reduces AD damage taken from 4, 6, 8, 10 goes to 1, 3, 5, 7. Huge nerf. I was right. I think this is his third ability, and his third ability, when you upgrade it, it reduces damage that you take from basic attacks or something like that. And then yeah, that specifically is getting nerfed. I was exactly right about that. That's nice. And then it does less damage as well. And they're specifically nerfing the base damage. So like AP Amumu is still gonna have a lot of damage, but tank Amumu is gonna have less damage, less tankiness, less HP. I think this is gonna put him right back to like the A tier, or high A tier. Zilean. I have no clue. He's just always banned. They mentioned Zilean in the intro. I'm just gonna guess he's gonna get nerfed. So that's his passive, where he gives experience to his allies, I think. Added initial cooldown 0 to 13 seconds. I don't know what this means exactly, but I think this means when it's available, you're gonna have to wait 13 seconds. Experience can be converted every 5 seconds. Oh, like that. So you cannot give like 1,000 experience in one go to your teammate anymore. You cannot. You're simply gonna convert the experience every 5 seconds. Oh wait, no, that's not true. That's not true. Oh, that's not true. What this means is this is how much experience you are stacking up every 5 seconds, and it's going down. So you're not gonna be able to get as much experience as before, but you can still give it all in one go. However, if you give it now, you're gonna have a 13-second cooldown. So you cannot give it to multiple teammates. You cannot get like 3,000 experience and then late game just suddenly give it to everyone and give them a big power spike together. That's what it means. Twisted Time Flow, that's his second ability. Yes, that's his second ability. It gives less shielding. Basic ability haste increased during fleeting time from 100 to 80%. So you're also not going to be reducing your abilities by as much anymore. So just overall nerf. And then Temporal Mirage, which is his third ability, it's going to reduce movement speed by 10% less. Massive nerf to Zilean, guys. This is insane. All of this is just screaming nerf, 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 nerf. I still think he's going to be okay. I really do still think he is going to be okay. Alright, moving on. Gameplay changes. Items. So we got some item changes. Let's see. In this final sparkly patch 6.1, we're also taking a look at 3 items. We're increasing the vision exposure on Horizon's focus. Okay. To help it realize its full value. Additionally, we want to increase the stats per stack. An Omnivamp for Conqueror, so champions will synergize well with it, can use the rune more effectively, okay. And lastly, we're nerfing some of the damage Grasp can deal. This makes a lot of sense. I've been talking about this many times. Grasp of the Undying is such a broken rune in the top lane. It needs to get nerfed. So, Horizon's Focus, you're going to be revealed the enemy for 8 seconds? Isn't that crazy though? If you hit like an Evelyn, are you going to reveal her for 8 seconds? Is that really how it works? If that's how it works, this is going to be such a broken item on like Lux, Seraphine, if you're against invisible enemies like Vayne, Kai'Sa, Evelyn, etc. Surrounding enemy champions, reveal duration. Oh, also the surrounding enemy champions are going to be revealed for 3 seconds rather than 2 seconds now. Damn. And the cooldown gets reduced, so you can use this more often. That makes the item so much better. It's such a good utility-based item. Okay, Conqueror. Bonus attack damage per stack from 2 to 6, depending on how late we're in the game. It goes to 3 to 7. Bonus ability power 3 to 9 to 4 to 11. So you're gonna get more damage out of this, especially when you accumulate a lot of stacks. And then healing on hit at max stacks. Melee 8, ranged 5. It's now melee 9 and range 5. So especially on melee champions, the Conqueror is gonna be so much stronger. Like Fiora, I'm thinking Fiora, I'm thinking Darius, I'm thinking all that stuff. Grasp of the Undying, bonus damage is gonna be, instead of 3% of your maximum health, 2%. This is a huge nerf. Still gonna be a good rune because it's gonna give you permanent HP, but at least now the enemy can properly punish you without having to buy anti-heal. 3% max health is a lot, but 2% is not that much. Like you're probably gonna take a little bit more damage than that, so you will get punished when you try to just stack your Grasp of the Undying now. So that's gonna be it for the patch notes. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.